Hi, I'm Fuchsia, and this is Sail Talk for people who aren't sailors. I'm going to talk about these self-tailing winches that I received as a gift a while back. Exhibit A. It's a little bit disassembled, but you get the idea. So a mechanic that charged me a lot of money to work on my boat he gave them to me because they're nicer than the ones that are on my boat, and he said that I would just need to rebuild them, or not rebuild them, like take them apart and clean them. He said there was grease stuck in one of them and they weren't operating properly, and simple enough job, and it is. The DIY videos I found on a Barlow Australia 28 winch didn't look like these. I wasn't able to find anything on these, and I thought the how-to videos weren't very good. I think mine is better. I was lucky because they weren't on the boat. They were sitting down in the cabin. But if I had to break them down, honestly, I would taking them off the boat's the easy part. Breaking them down, I would still bring them down here. A lot of people set up these weird little containers to catch parts. No, dude, you got to do it on your dining room table. Okay, so what I did was I took both of them apart. This is the one that functions. And so I took it apart far enough to be able to check it. You can kind of hear it doing its thing. You see how it works. I can see where everything is in what order. And then this thing I set there because it goes there, and this cover goes to this. So I've kept all the parts for the one that's basically put together right here. Bearings are always in order from left to right. Obviously the first one being the first one taken off. I found this gunk engine bright on the boat. That's what I've been using to clean things. Okay, so now here's the one that I've taken further apart. And so as I've been taking it apart, it's got these gears, and that's about as clean as I'm gonna get those. Brown hair don't care. Oops, they're not as bad as they were. Ugh, I need a stand. Anyway, but yeah, so each one of them has its own little bearing that goes in there. These ones go in here. And for a long time, I thought this was one piece. I'll tell you what. It looked like one piece. It seemed like it was. I had to dig those little things out. And then eventually I realized it was just seized up. Yeah. Glad I noticed that in the rebuild process. And then these go back in here. And this goes back on the top. I used a chisel. Those guys. The Q-tips were actually pretty handy. I think it's clean enough. So when your sailor friends tell you they're always doing projects on the boat, this is what they're sitting around doing, I think. It's interesting. I hope I don't have to do it every year.